Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to discuss a new intervention for Halls Elementary. My name is Elizabeth, and with me today is Sydney, Candace, Dina, Jeannie. Let's get started.
Thank you, Liz. Your principal, Mrs. Bird, reached out to ABC Consultants for assistance in starting up a school-wide positive behavior intervention and support program at Halls Elementary. The behavior to target for intervention was identified as unsafe behaviors in the hallways during arrival, transition to lunch, and dismissal. To begin, we looked at the office disciplinary referrals, or ODRs, issued in the hallways during these times. If you look at the chart, what we found was that 75% of students at Halls have received ODRs in the hallway. That's 375 of the 500 students. Of those 375 students, 38% more than 1/3 have received 4 or more ODRs. You are all spending a lot of time writing ODRs. We believe that by working together, we can turn this around in a fun and positive way. Next, Sydney will share some relevant research with you.
Thanks, Dina. I am going to touch base on research of our two interventions we are proposing. The first intervention is active supervision. Research shows that active supervision has shown success with reducing problem behaviors and increasing appropriate behaviors. It promotes a positive environment and has shown positive outcomes in the school setting. The next intervention we are proposing is positive reinforcement procedures. This includes positive reinforcement and pre-correction. Research shows the blending of these procedures is influential in the school setting and provides students and staff with clear expectations and behavior-specific praise. Next, Liz is going to speak more on these procedures.
Thanks, Sydney. All of the procedures needed for both interventions will be thoroughly discussed during staff training sessions, but I just wanted to provide an overview of what to expect. Firstly, active supervision training will consist of understanding which areas of the school would be most beneficial, demonstrating what active supervision looks like, and utilizing data collection forms such as the teacher fidelity survey shown above. Secondly, positive reinforcement training will consist of learning how to effectively engage in pre-correction, behavior-specific praise, and how to deliver praise notes. Data collection forms will also be used here to track the number of praise notes delivered, the number of ODRs given, and the frequency of unsafe behaviors throughout the school year. Next, Candace will discuss modeling of the strategies.
Thanks, Liz. Now we'd like to show you some clips that model these strategies. First, we're going to look at a clip that models pre-correction. In this video, you're going to see the teacher communicate the behavioral expectations to the whole class and then to an individual student before the students are asked to perform the behavior. Let's take a look.
It looks like it's about time for lunch. I want to remind you of our expectations in the hallway. You can walk to the lunchroom quietly. Go ahead and put your things away, and you can head to the lunchroom. Michael, you put your notebook away. You have to work. I just want to remind you, expectations in the hallway are to walk quietly, point to one, walk quietly. Great job. Go ahead and go to the lunchroom.
I just want to reiterate, pre-correction occurs before the student is asked to perform the behavior. As mentioned earlier on in our presentation, research shows that when teachers use pre-correction, along with behavior-specific praise, problem behaviors has been shown to decrease. Now let's take a look at a clip that shows a teacher delivering behavior-specific praise to a student.
Sorry, it's a great job walking safely in the hallway. Good work.
In this video, you see the teacher delivering a compliment to the student. The teacher makes sure and let the student know exactly why they are receiving the compliment. In this video, the teacher points out how much they appreciate the student walking safely in the hallway. The student knows exactly why he is being praised. Let's take a look at another clip that shows a student getting pulled aside by her teacher and receiving behavior-specific praise along with a praise ticket. The last clip I want to show you is a clip that demonstrates the proper way to actively supervise your students. When you watch this video, I want you to notice that the teacher is scanning the environment, looking for appropriate and inappropriate behavior. He is moving through the hallway, making his presence known, and lastly, he is interacting with the students.
Good morning, have a great day. See you later.
Now that we've seen some examples of these strategies, I'm going to let Jeannie explain how these can be used to address Hall Elementary's needs.
Thanks, Candace. The behaviors our team pinpointed were unsafe hallway behaviors and ineffective approaches to change these behaviors. Active supervision and positive reinforcement will change the climate of your school. It emphasizes building positive and healthy relationships, provides a cohesiveness to school-wide expectations, and promotes an active presence from staff. Halls Elementary will see a decrease in ODRs and an increase of students following the expectations. This will be the beginning of cultivating positive relationships between staff and students. Sydney will now share the overview of the implementation plan.
Thanks, Jeannie. This slide just shows a brief overview of everything our proposal is going to include for you guys of Halls Elementary. It will discuss funding, resources, strategies, policies, procedures, and much more. Dean is now going to conclude our presentation with some final tips.
Thank you, Sydney. Here are some final tips as you embark on this journey of school-wide positive behavior interventions and supports. First, focus on the positive. This is a mindset shift, but is well worth it. Next, practice active supervision. You will definitely get your steps in with this. Remember to practice the new routines with your students and use the language associated with positive expectations. Of course, you're going to remind or pre-teach your students before each of the transitions. Teachers and staff often say that remembering to give out praise notes is one of the biggest challenges. You have the power to change a student's day with praise notes. Set a personal goal to do that. Have the notes in your hand and be ready to catch them being good. Finally, encourage each other. Notice the efforts your colleagues are making in adopting these new routines. Change is hard, but you are all changing together, so we'll face similar challenges and successes. Lift each other up by noticing the positives in your colleagues. Thank you, Halls Elementary teachers and staff for your time and attention. We are excited to start this journey together.